Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. Heart to heart, get out of that circle because it's too small. You have centered yourself into a circle of people, a group of people, even just two other people, whatever you want to call it, circle, just associates, friends, whatever. Get out of that space if they think small. You have expanded your mind, you've been working on yourself, you've been improving, you've been growing, but your friends are just like, well, I can't do this. We can't do that. I wish this would happen, but they're not putting in any type of effort to change their lives or to improve, to reach the goals that they envision for themselves. Then ultimately at the end of the day, their doubts and their insecurities and their fears are going to start to bleed onto you. And all the aspirations, all the faith that you have, all the positivity you're putting out into the universe, and just all the good things about yourself, it's going to start to dwindle away. It's going to start to die because you're shrinking to fit in that group. You don't want to feel like you're better than your friends. You don't want your friends to look at you and think that you're better than them. You don't want to feel like the person that everybody's like, oh, you stuck up, and like just giving you all these names and things that you know is not true. I've been there before. I've been in groups where I was like the smartest in the group, not even on the book side, but just the smartest in general. Like, if I know there's a problem, I know how to work to get past that problem or work through that problem. I feel like what it was they were not willing to do what it took to get into better position. They wanted things, they desired things, they fantasized and envied other people who had things, and it was the smallest things. Like, you want to dress better. You want to wear your hair better. You want to have better skin. Those are things that if you take the time, all the videos on YouTube, friends that you talk to, the resources are just right there. You can literally, at the touch of a button, you have access to it. It's free. But instead of you going onto YouTube, talking to somebody who has good skin, talking to people even at the store, you go to Ulta or Sephora or somewhere like that even, and they can tell you the products that you may need to use for your skin type. But you don't want to do that. You just want to sit back and complain, well, God gave me this skin and I just hate it. I hate that I get acne all the time. But there's so many resources and so many things available to you to fix that problem. And you don't have to go to a dermatologist. You start at home. You start working on yourself at home. And then you work your way up. The problem was that they were thinking big. Now, don't get me wrong. You should be thinking big, but not when it comes to things that you're working on for yourself. Like, okay, your long-term goal could be you want to be a millionaire. Your long-term goal is you want to get married and have a family. Your long-term goal is that you want to get into a career where you're happy and content, or your long-term goal is that you want to start a business. Whatever that long-term goal is, that's great. Have those long-term goals, but you have to also have the blueprint for how to make it to that. You can't just think of that and just, that's it. You just think of it. That's all you want. Because you don't have any minor goals in between, you don't know how to get there. Now you're mad. Now you're just saying, oh, that never happened for me. And you're envying people who do have that. And that's what those people were doing. They were, oh, well, I want to do this and I want to have that, but I don't have the money for it. I didn't have the money like that either. But I got onto YouTube University and FreeTube, all whatever analogies or metaphors you want to use for it. I got on there and I started to learn how to do things for myself. I do my hair myself. I do my skin myself. I was terrible at makeup, okay? Terrible. Like, you could tell I was never taught how to do makeup. So I'm just using that as an example just to let you know, like, I learned. I had the clown face before because I didn't know what I was doing. I had to mismatch tones. I used to put on strip falsies, and because I didn't know what I was doing, they would be up too high where you can tell obviously something ain't right, or they'll be down so low it made me look sad. And that I learned, because when people be like, girl, that's not how you have to do that. That don't look good. It's not the right shade. You put on too much blush, too much, that lipstick make you look older. I listened. I was willing to put myself out there to be criticized. And no, I wasn't all over social media, but I went around people who were older, people who were more mature, people who did know how to do their makeup. So then they'd be like, girl, and I invited that by being like, does my makeup look okay? I would know I look messed up. And so I would go around people I knew that they make them look flawless. And I would ask them like, do you like my makeup today? And then they would give me feedback. And then I learned, oh, well, can you show me how to do that? And that's how I learned. It took practice, it took time, and it took humility. Those people that I was hanging with was like, nobody better not talk about me. Like they had that kind of attitude, like you can't criticize me, you can't say nothing to me. And because of that energy they're putting out, nobody will correct them on anything, because it's like, well, I don't want to deal with your mouth. I don't want to deal with you trying to fight me because I'm trying to help you out. So then so be it. You look a mess, girl, you look good. And they never learn. And then they would get frustrated and mad. Well, everybody's trying to talk to you, and you just think you're the prettiest in the group and all that kind of stuff. And it was like, no, not at all. I never felt that way. I want all my friends to be beautiful. I want you to be your best. I'm going to hype you up to be your best. I want you to just be glamorous and walk into your pure elegance. I want that for you because you are a representation of me. And if I'm hanging with you, I don't need you looking a mess, because then people won't think, oh, well, she might look good today, but what does she really look like? Look what her friends look like. No, we're not doing that, because I take pride in taking care of myself and carrying myself as a lady. And I take pride in just being elegant and beautiful in my own rights. Even if nobody else thinks I'm beautiful, I think so. And so that confidence helps me to just be strong and exude this different type of energy. When I would just worry about, oh, they don't think I'm cute, I'm not the prettiest, oh, I'm that, I'm too tall, like all the guys like the girl that looks like this and look like that, and they don't look like me. When I was doing that, I had this nasty energy that kept me stuck, and it didn't help me get anywhere. And nobody wanted to help me, because you already made up in your mind that you wasn't nothing, so you not nothing. So the thing is, with the friends that I had, or associates more so, they wasn't really friends, but the associates that I had at this point, I noticed that they already made up their mind. They were concrete in their decisions on how far they can get in life. And because of that, nobody could help them. And if you were to try to show up better, and not even trying to be better than them. So let me give you an understanding of that. But if you just try to show up in a better energy and to show them like it is possible. Yeah, you want to dress nice? Oh, girl, I just got this dress for $5. I went to Rainbow. This look nice. You said it looked nice. Before I even would tell them where I got it from, they were like, oh, girl, I like that outfit. Where'd you get it from? Or they might just say, I just like that outfit. It looks so it's cute. And I would always let them know, girl, I got this from Rainbow. I got this from City Trends. I got this on sale online, like anything. Like I would just let them know. Sometimes, and back in that time too, I was a thrifter, so I would go thrift shopping, all that. I'm not ashamed. I was that person. I was shopping at hand-me-down places. I was shopping on the clearance rack every chance I got. I was shopping at Rainbows and City Trends and all the cheaper stores there was. I was there shopping, but I always held myself together and made sure that I looked nice and presentable. And I was working my way up to the woman that I had envisioned myself to be. And they didn't want to do that. They just wanted to make excuses. Oh, well, cheap clothes look cheap, but you just told me I look nice. And we would go places and I would always get complimented on what I was wearing. And it was just a cheap little $3 to $5 outfit because I got it on sale on a clearance rack. Nobody's like, girl, you got that on sale. And even if I say like, hey, I got this on sale, nobody's like, on second thought, you don't look good. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in a circle that has limited mindset, they will eventually drag you down, because especially if you love them, you want to, you still want to keep your friendship with them. What's going to happen is you're going to start to be like, well, I don't want to make them feel insecure or jealous or mad at me for trying to be a better version of myself. So let me stop trying to do this because I want to still keep my friends. And let me tell you, that is the worst thing you can do for yourself. I was that person before. Let me tell you what happened, even in that certain friend associate group that I was in. I started to dumb myself down because I felt uncomfortable. I was the only one growing, and they were not. They wanted to complain, and they wanted to just live in their past and not see anything clearer. You had this vision, but you're not willing to work there. Like I said, one of the girls, their thing was they wanted clearer skin because they wanted to be able to wear their makeup and stuff and look beautiful. But she was not willing to learn how to take care of her skin. I would try to teach her like what I learned. Like, oh, I send her videos and be like, hey, look, you can look at this, and this works and that works and things like that. And she would get mad at me and feel like I was trying to like compare myself to her or try to be like I'm better than her. And it was not the case at all. So not only was I shrinking myself, but I couldn't even help you to come up to my level in a sense. I hate to say it that way because that sounds like I'm conceited, and I'm not. But I couldn't help her because she didn't want to be helped. And then on top of that, once I just started feeling like, okay, well, I'm just going to just try not to, try not to wear too much makeup, try not to wear too many things that, look nice on me, because I didn't want my friends to feel like I was just trying to say like I'm just that girl, because they would say like, oh, I just thought I was all that and I was better than them and things like that. And so I would just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to just be neutral. And you know what they did to me? They flipped on me and they started talking about me. They started talking about how I didn't take care of myself, because like I was like the plain Jane basically. And then they started like, it's like they just wanted some ammunition to be able to be like, okay, now we can talk about her, you know? And it was hurtful, but it was a lesson. And I'm trying to teach that to y'all. Whenever you think that you're trying to help somebody else out and you're trying to, be a good friend, and you're dumbing yourself down to show yourself friendly to them, it's always going to backfire. And that's exactly what happened to me. Because like I said, they started like talking down about me and like judging, and she thought she was all that. She must be broke now. Like, and it's crazy because I'm like, I've always kept things real with y'all, but this is the response I'm getting. And so you, like I said, long story short, if you are in a circle of people that think small, they're either going to be pulling on you, draining you of your energy because they feel like you have the answer. So they're always going to come to you for those answers and for you to fix their life. Or they're going to try to shrink you and try to make you feel like you need to be put in your place because who do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? And then that's going to make you feel like I have to, dumb it down a little bit because I don't want my friends to feel like I'm trying to be better than them. And it's going to humble you in a way that you don't need to be humbled. I mean, if you're not walking around with your nose up in the air, you don't need to be humbled. They just need to be willing to get up to your level. But when you're in that small of a group, small-minded group, they don't see it that way. They see it as it's easier for you to come down to their level. And then, like I said, eventually you will start to do that. You'll lose the interest of trying to dress up. You'll lose the interest of trying to learn things, trying to educate yourself and all that kind of stuff because you feel weird. Like they're not doing that, but you are. And now they're making comments about you trying to do too much. It makes you feel really uncomfortable and makes you feel like maybe I am doing too much until you'll start to fall back or you'll get lazy because they're being complacent with their lives and you just want to fit in. You just want friends. And that desperation for friendships, instead of just being okay with being alone, will keep you stuck in those situations and dying to your dreams because you want to fit in and you want to have friends. We always talk about doing that in relationships, but it's the same. A relationship is a relationship. One is just you're going to be more intimate. You may share more intimate things with this person. You may share your body with this person. You may get married to this person. But then the other ones is the same thing. You share intimate things. You share secrets, all this stuff. They're relationships. They're just titled differently. And you may do something just a little bit different, but it's still a relationship. So when you attach yourself into relationships that are not healthy for you, you're going to have to learn the hard way. And so when you're starting to notice that, hey, even if you've been my friend for 10, 15 years, if we're not on the same page, I have to be okay with walking away. are pulling back. You don't have to stop loving that person. You don't have to stop once in a while. Let's go out and go to a museum. Let's go to a movie together. You don't have to stop doing that. But what you do have to stop doing is prioritizing them so high in your life, because if they're not willing to grow, you're not going to be willing to grow. And if you do try to grow, they're going to make you feel bad about it. Think about what I'm saying. It may sound a little crazy, but I'm sure that once you think about it, you can relate to what I'm saying. I may not be going into too much detail, but you understand what I'm trying to say. But if that's you, please get out of that circle. You don't have to be stuck in that circle. You can still be friends with people and be outside the circle. Girl, hit me up when you want to come outside. Or man, hit me up when you want to go to the gym, go play some ball. Maybe we can go catch a game together. But they don't need to be like this to you. Get out of it. But I love y'all. Honestly, you just have to do what's best for you. Don't let me persuade you. Don't let your friends persuade you. Talk to God. Let God lead you and show you who your true friends are, or what's the friend group you need to be in now, or if you need to be alone. Trust God in that. But be blessed. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. Leave your comments in the comment box below. Make sure you're polite, because someone like myself is reading your messages. And of course, we're not here to be negative or to tear each other down. That's not the goal. That's not what we're trying to do on this channel. This channel is about love and uplifting one another. And to let one another know we're not alone, because we're not. We're not. Let's just be real. So drop your comments in the comment box below. Leave me an email if you would like to share something more personal, or if you want to say something smart aleck, you can say it there too. Send me an email letting me know what you feel. And if it's something that you want me to share, like your testimony or advice, or just a new idea of something that you want me to talk about, then you can also leave that in the email. And I'll do the video for you if I feel like it is something that I could speak on. But other than that, y'all, I really do pray that y'all have a wonderful week. I pray that you find yourself in God, and I pray that you have abundance. You live an abundant life, and it's not all about money, but abundant in happiness and joy and peace and prosperity. I want that all for you. So be blessed. Keep God first. Love yourself before you try to love everybody else. And have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we'll keep the conversation going and talk next week. Bye.